Class, I'm picking it up on 280 on working with volume and pan automation curves. That section right before this, you should have adjusted your output fader to about -4, I believe. That gets it out of the red. We don't want your output to be clipping, so make sure that you have that adjusted. So moving down to working with volume and pan automation curves. So far you've adjusted the volume and pan levels for individual tracks by using the controls in the track mixer. This method is great for setting one volume or pan level for an entire track. But what if you want the level to change during the song? Your goal in this exercise is to use control points to create a fade on the volume curve of the SoCal Cowbell track so that the cowbell sound doesn't end so abruptly. When you add control points to the track's pan curve so the cowbell sound roams back and forth between the left and the right speakers during the song. To make changes to an automation curve, first you need to show the track automation curves in the timeline. So the first thing we're going to do is press A for automation, or click the automation button in the track's area menu bar. Yeah, just clicking A is the easiest way. And so I want you to see that again. This is normal. And this is with automation selected. All of the tracks in the timeline expand to accommodate automation curves. Each track header also includes an Enable Automation button and an Automation Parameter pop-up menu. The default setting in the Automation Parameter pop-up is the volume curve. That's why we have volume here, but if you select any of this, you can change it to pan, echo, reverb, or any other thing. Number 2, in the SoCal Cowbell track header, click Enable Automation button. The Enable Automation button. That is right here. A yellow volume automation curve appears above the regions in the track and runs the length of the post. So if I turn that off, it turns back to gray. So this line right here is what you're going to be adjusting. Number 3, select the second SoCal Cowbell region in the track. Adjust the horizontal zoom level in the timeline so that you can clearly see the entire selected region. That's the second one right here. We want to see the entire region. Almost there. There we go. Number 4, in the SoCal Cowbell track, double-click the volume automation curve line at bar 37 and add a control point. So here is bar 37, and I'm going to go ahead and move my header over there so I can see it exactly where it needs to be. And then down here, I'm going to click on that automation point right there. It turns the yellow line to white. So we've added a control point there. There's a notch where the loop repeats at the same position. Number 5, add another control point at the end of the region, bar 38, and drag the second control point down to the lowest level. So right here, I'm going to move that over to 38 just so I can line that up correctly. I'm going to click that right there. And since we are doing volume automation, that means that when I drag this down, it's going to slowly fade out. It's going to taper out at the end to where you're not hearing anything at 38. Flipping the page over to 282, you just created a fade in the volume curve. Now let's automate a panning curve over the same region. So number 6, in the SoCal Cowbell track, select Pan from the Automation Parameter pop-up menu now. So instead of volume, we're going to select Pan. Notice it changed green. It's no longer yellow, it's no longer white, it is green now. A green pan curve appears in the track. For pan curves, the center of the automation area is panned center. Above the line is panned left, and below the line is panned right. The farthest you can pan left is -64, and right is +63. So number 7, it says add control points to the beginning, middle, and end of the region. Beginning, middle, and end of the region. So we've got the beginning here at 33. We got the end here at 38. So we need one in the middle, which is going to be 35.5. So 35.3, about right there. Number 8, drag the middle control point down to a level of -50, panning right positive 50, panning right plus 50. So let's drag that down at plus 40, 41. Oops. Well, it's not letting me put it right on 50. I left it at 49. That's fine. Drag the first and third control points up a level of -50. So that will pan these at, to the left, -50. There's that one. And that one. Number 9, solo the SoCal Cowbell track and play the track from bar 33 to 38 to hear the automated panning of the cowbell and fade out between 37 and 38. Let me put my playhead at 33. I'm going to solo and play. All right. It says now let's add panning automation to the first cowbell region. Number 10, scroll the tracks area until you can clearly see that first cowbell region. And there it is right there. I need to zoom out a bit so we can see the whole thing. There it is right there. Add 5 control points, one at the beginning, one at the end, and one at each notched area where the loop repeats. It says raise or lower each control point so that the sound alternates between left and right speakers. How much you panned each time, it depends on you. No problem. I'm just going to make this easy. I'm going to pan it down all the way, up all the way. Down all the way, up all the way. Number 11, when you're finished, play the region to hear the panoramic automation. Then unsolo the track and listen to the automated cowbell in the mix. When you're finished, press A to hide the automation and save your progress. And congratulations, you finished mixing the project. You've added a few advanced tricks with automation and effects to enhance the project. Now you can apply these mixing techniques to your own projects. And your newly trained ear will hear all kinds of mixing and panning automation hidden in your favorite music. In the next section, you'll add EQ effects to the audio track of a video clip to enhance the sound. And we'll pick that one up in the next video. So make sure you save this one. Make sure you title last name .lesson8, and then make sure you upload that into Blackboard.